Good morning and welcome to the debut version of Cover Your Assets. The information contained herein is for informational purposes only, and the opinions expressed here are not necessarily those of RE/MAX. I'm Kelly Guest, and I am thrilled to introduce you to this panel of experts that's going to be joining you every week here on The Patriot from 8 to 9 in the morning. We've got Mr. Todd Rooker here. This is exclusive access. You're going to be thrilled to hear about what he does and what he brings. We've got Mr. Craig Nestor. He is foreclosure defense specialist and a highly skilled strategist. And today we are lucky to have both Jason and Derek Walgrave. They are short sale and investment property specialists. Now, guys, we have a special offer for you here. And as you learn more about what we do on Cover Your Assets, you'll want to tap into the Financial Crisis Bible. So you're going to go to coveryourassets21.com. That's coveryourassets21.com for this huge piece of valuable information. Learn more about the show and what we do. And you're welcome to call us all hour long at 855-835-8500. That's 855-835-8500. So, gentlemen, let's introduce you first. Let's go ahead and bring Mr. Todd Rooker in. Good morning.
Well, good morning. So nice to be here.
It's great to have you. Jason Walgrave and Derek, hello.
Good morning. Great to be here. We're very excited.
And Mr. Craig Nestor.
Well, good morning. Happy Saturday. I'd just like to start out saying a little bit about Todd Rooker for those that aren't familiar with him. Todd has an expertise in financial mastery that is rare. You don't find one person who has quite the in-depth knowledge that Todd has in so many sweeping things, where you are an expert in bankruptcy, you are an expert in loan modification, short sale, deed in lieu, foreclosure. These are the times that we are now in, and Todd has mastery in all of these separate, genres. Also, Todd, a master at Kaplan still. You are a teacher there at Kaplan still?
I am.
So when you look at, Todd teaches attorneys in Minnesota, insurance agents, realtors, banking professional, and Todd Rooker is the only person that is authorized by all 32 NFL teams to provide financial tactics. Is that still true, Todd?
Well, I don't know. They're on strike. So.
They probably need you more than ever now.
Yeah, maybe.
I would think so. So, guys, talk to me a little bit about what Craig Nestor does, because it's a very interesting specialist that's so timely right now.
Craig speaks nationally on the topic of foreclosure defense, appears regionally on 3 of the top radio shows in Minnesota. His home rescue team provides foreclosure defense. Craig is a third-generation Marine and brings plenty of fight to the table. He's helped, in the last year, over 100 families stay in their homes. So he's out there to listen and to help. And, in a time where things are very different, very difficult for a lot of families, Craig is that resource for people to go to.
The bridge. I mean, we hear about all these alleged loan modification programs or government assistance programs, and nobody can ever seem to get them working. Craig, you're kind of that guy that steps in.
Well, the government's, in its own defense, tried to do some work and help families out. But at the end of the day, they don't seem to do much to stop this wave of foreclosures that's sweeping this country. And really, they're not able to do much for the people that just want to keep a roof over their head and get a little bit of a lower payment.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of keeping a roof over their head, the Walgraves here today. Talk to me a little bit about this particular area of expertise that these guys have in this complicated market.
Well, there's a reason why, Jason and Derek are here. If you look at we see the stock market's up, the stock market's down. That really only matters to about 4% of the country. For 95, 96% of us, our home is the vehicle that we use to gain wealth as we age. So it's hard when you talk about Jason Walgrave not to go directly to his statistics.
Vitals.
He's the number one realtor on the number 1 team in the state, number 2 in the country, number 6 in the world. And folks, that's not me, that's the Wall Street Journal. And Jason, who, soap opera pretty, is only 35 years old, and he's already achieved a Lifetime Achievement Award from RE/MAX at the age of 35. So
that's preposterous. Congratulations.
Yeah, what do you do now, Jason?
Keep working.
So 855-835-8500. It's 855-835-8500. So guys, here we are. Cover Your Assets. First week, Craig Nestor, Todd Rooker, Jason and Derek Walgrave, both in the studio today. Talk about what the plans are for Cover Your Assets. What are we going to be doing here?
Todd.
We're gonna be talking about how to help people strategically plan when they feel that they're beginning to become pressed financially. Obviously, the housing market is a big catalyst that drives this situation. But a lot of people who have never been in this position before, not in this lifetime did they think they'd ever miss payments on anything, and now they're actually contemplating those things, and consequently, they need professional advice that actually addresses every issue and dynamic related to the situation. What typically happens is they're going to go to a CPA, an attorney, a financial advisor, real estate mortgage broker, what have you, and often they're going to get different viewpoints, which will simply cause them to become more confused than when they started. Our goal in this radio show is to bring it together so that a person can have a cohesive strategy that addresses all the issues they might be facing and help them to make the best decisions in a compromising situation.
That is really cool because so many times if you go to all those different types of specialties, you might get advice that really conflicts, right, guys?
Well, what Todd says is true. It is a new now. And the same things that worked a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, just aren't getting people results anymore. We live in a historic economic times with unprecedented numbers of foreclosures, bankruptcies, walkaways, deed in lieu, plummeting home values, a recessionary job market. You need new tactics to get forward in these times.
Yeah, I sat down with a family yesterday, they have 4 kids, all under 7, and their situation was, they were in their house, they bought it in 2003, they wanted to sell it, they actually were looking to lower their payment, had a high 5s interest rate, and we were taking a look at what their options were. Should they sell and buy something? Should they do a loan modification? And basically what we're doing and what this team is offering is we want to give everyone all of their options and not just, a few options or what's in the best interest of, the people that you're talking to, but what are all of your options? What is the unbiased information that we have to offer? And that's why we're here.
And now tell me how the information here on Cover Your Assets is unbiased.
Well, of all the people who are involved in this industry, I will say that for me personally, I don't have any particular axe to grind. I don't sell real estate. I'm not an attorney selling the services of bankruptcy or a mortgage broker, what have you. When someone comes to me, what I try to do is provide them with information and give them the best options that might be available to them. Also help them understand the implications of each one. So frankly, I get paid. I really don't care which direction they go. They're going to pay me regardless for that information. And when they do, I'm going to give them everything they need to know to make the best decision possible in a compromised position. That is the significance.
And this is why this is so valuable. See, the frustrating part is the traditional methods we have used ourselves to get ourselves out of tough times for the last 100 years are now obsolete. You can't sell your house for a profit and downsize. In fact, you're $60,000, $80,000, $100,000 upside down. Incomes have been drastically cut and you're up against a recessionary job market. So going out to get more income or getting your resume on the street isn't quite as accessible as it used to be. There's no access to credit. Very difficult to borrow money in these times. So you can't borrow money. You can't sell. You can't work your way out. They don't know what to do. And what ends up happening is you end up paying 2005 prices with $2,011, and it just doesn't work.
But see, now you're freaking me out. There is a ray of hope here because this is a little dark, guys, a little dark. And the thing is you guys do come in with solutions and help people. Just speak to that a little bit for me.
Well, there are strategic plans that can be done that can minimize the damage. When you're looking at a set of options, which frankly, in a perfect world, you'd never want or choose. Having said that, what most people do is put their heads down and say, well, I'd rather make no decision than another bad decision, which is absolutely the wrong way to go. Mm-hmm. There are options. Be that as it may, the lesser of evils, that will minimize the damage and enable a person to get back on their feet in a fraction of the time, but they can't let themselves go all the way to the wall or drift totally into the rocks where the options that might have been available just a month or two before are no longer available. So the faster you move, the better. And frankly, that's why most of the people I deal with haven't even missed a payment yet. Mm-hmm. They'll say to me, well, I'm different than most of your clients. I've never missed a payment. I say, no, you're just like most of my clients.
Yeah. This is Cover Your Assets, the maiden voyage, if you will. 855-835-8500. That's 855-835-8500. You've got exclusive access to all these experts all the way until 9 o'clock. We'll be back.
When you need a reason, they'll be AM 1280, The Patriot.
Life presents many legal matters. Who will you turn to if you need representation? Daniels & Wymore PLLC is a full-service law firm equipped to represent businesses and individuals. They counsel you through virtually any legal matter. Whether you're starting a business and you need to draft the necessary documents, you need litigation representation, estate planning, or even help defending your home from foreclosure. It doesn't matter whether you're a wealthy entrepreneur, a startup business, or an average individual looking for excellent legal counsel. You'll get the best possible representation at Daniels & Wymore. There's a lot at stake when it comes to legal matters, and you can count on our attorneys to bring their A-games every time. Call 763-201-1215. That's 763-201-1215. Or meet them online at dnwlawfirm.com. Daniels & Wymore PLLC, providing ethical, tenacious, and cost-effective representation in the areas of business transactions, litigation, and estate planning. dnwlawfirm.com.
We use 50 kinds of fasteners, and if we run low, we need more of them. Fast business.
At Grainger, we know what business you're in.
The more our customers grow, the more we grow business.
The business of getting things done. That's why we offer over 900,000 products and the support you need to get your job done right and on time. Call clickgrainger.com or stop by one of our branches. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Congratulations on landing the job. I'm really excited for you.
Thanks. How's your search going?
Job market's tight. I can barely get an interview, and I've got student loans to deal with. You're lucky, you know? The National Guard paid your loans off.
Luck. The Guard was a smart decision, one you can still make.
The National Guard Student Loan Repayment Program can pay up to $50,000 of your existing student loans. Get the details at nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the Minnesota National Guard, aired by the Minnesota Broadcasters Association and this station.
Is it possible to buy real estate in your IRA or 401k? Absolutely. Hi, I'm Todd Grill, president of Entrust Midwest. We are the leading third-party administrator for self-directed IRAs and 401ks in the upper Midwest. We provide the record-keeping, administration, and government reporting to allow you to use your retirement funds for non-standard investments. If you believe in complete retirement investment diversification and are looking for another source of capital to fund investments, then you should be taking advantage of this powerful retirement concept. Grow your retirement dollars in investments that you have control over, such as real estate, businesses, precious metals, and a host of other investment opportunities. We offer Roth and traditional IRAs, health savings accounts, Coverdell education IRAs, and the new Roth 401k. Visit us at entrustmidwest.com. That's ENTRUST Midwest.com. Or call for a private consultation, 763-559-5363. That's 763-559-5363. Entrust Midwest.